Good morning,
Good
guys.
morning.
Welcome back to the Be So For Real podcast. We don't want to be doing this. This is our second time trying to refilm this intro, but Shadow is being disrespectful in the back. He's
No,
so
Shadow
rude.
literally flipped off the camera earlier. So
No,
we're like,
literally. I was just saying that Shadow just got neutered. So for the past couple of days, he's been all quiet, all sad, all cute little boy vibes. And now he's being all crazy and loco in the back because he like finally feels like himself again. So it's good that he didn't change, but he's being fucking loud.
But I feel like that's every time, like, be who you want to be now during Pride Month.
Oh yeah, guys. Pride Month, be who you want to be, Shadow, be who you want to be. But guys, Pride was so exhausting this weekend. We just said that it was literally more exhausting than Coachella, more draining than we could have ever experienced, honestly. I feel so dead. Like I feel like I don't want to be like alive right now. Like I feel like I need to be sleeping like all day for the next like 2 days.
No, honestly, it was draining.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So we got an Airbnb for like the weekend,
I
and
feel like
then
that was like the biggest like flag of the weekend was like the Airbnb.
yeah.
Like that's what really just like put
No,
it in.
then how our fridge was only just filled with alcohol.
No, yeah. Oh my
That's scary.
gosh. That was like there was no food in there.
Well, we had like Uncrustables, but that was like all, and then we had like 2 bags of chips.
Yeah. No, but thinking about 3 days at an Airbnb with like 8 grown-ass people.
Like
And all
men.
there is
Oh no,
men.
twinks.
Twinks that
They-
snore. Twinks that snore. Because last night all these bitches were snoring. I had to play fucking rainfall music from Brazil.
Wait, that was so funny. Like 2 a.m, I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh.
he
And
like
it's like, what
woke
the
up to like
fuck?
rainfall music, but like I had to do it, guys, because I'm one of those people that like when I go to bed, I'm already thinking so much. So if I start hearing people snore, I'm like so overstimulated that I might like have a seizure in the bed. So I had to play rainfall to like calm me down, and that's what did, and it literally put me to sleep right away. But Lewis, my boyfriend, he had work at like 8 in the morning, and he had like 6 different alarms on because he was scared he wasn't gonna wake up. So he had one at like 6:30, 6:40, 7:10. It was so annoying. So I didn't really like sleep that much, I fear.
I had put an alarm just so like make sure that I didn't fall asleep until like 2 p.m.
But you're covering your face with this big ass water bottle. Like what the heck?
Oh my god.
Is this a brand deal? Like,
Yeah, I
damn.
know. I'm like purified drinking water, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
what the hell?
No, it was like 2 because I had set an alarm so I didn't have to wake up until like because sometimes you know how I'd be waking up at 2 p.m.
Yeah,
And then I was like, oh, these are my alarms, but it's
Lewis's
Yeah,
alarms.
I was like every other second. I was like, good morning, y'all.
No, yeah, I don't know how he's at work right now, especially after this weekend. But we'll talk about this weekend. But like Oscar was saying, he got an Airbnb kind of very randomly, which is the only way Oscar really does things. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, P money! I got an Airbnb. Like, I'm inviting everybody. Like, you should come over and like stay over for the weekend, so that we don't have to keep driving back and forth, and we can just be junkies and Uber. It's close by to WeHo." I was like, "Okay, that's the tea." And he did it. He got a fucking Airbnb in Beverly Hills, like a 3 bathroom Airbnb
It's
in
like one of
Beverly
those like
Hills.
videos that Drew that has been like, welcome to this $100 million mansion.
No, yeah, but also it was like fully the mayor's town, as we heard many times. Like literally, we were so funny because we were like, "Where are we?" Like it was like a specific part, and then Drew was like, "This is literally the mayor's town. Like this is where the mayor lives." I'm like, "Oh wow!" Like we're giving like patriotic this weekend.
Oh, give me a history lesson.
Oh my
We
gosh,
turn
not
up
the
like the
history.
ringer.
Why is that my ringer?
Yeah,
No, it's not.
yeah.
No, that's that. That's right there.
Which one?
No, it's the phone right there.
No, it was that one.
It's not.
Yeah.
Well, if that phone doesn't have a service, so I don't know what texts are going on there.
Okay, keep going.
It's like the spooky text. No, yeah. So I feel like my weekend started because on Wednesday I randomly woke up one morning to a message from Forever 21, like literally Instagram Forever 21. They reached out and told me that they wanted me to go to Pride with them. I was like, wait, what does that really mean? And basically, it was just like cute little sponsorship where I would go to the festival, the VIP Pride Festival or whatever was going on at WeHo, which is where like there was a bunch of performers like Kesha, Doechii, Kiki Palmer, Diplo, BB Rexa. Like it was just a bunch of like gay icons. Well, gay icons in terms of who they chose. And so I was like, okay, T, like, can I bring any friends? And they're like, absolutely not. You don't have enough followers. No, I'm kidding. They didn't say that. They didn't say that, but they were like, absolutely not. Like, they're like, no, like, we don't have enough for that. I was like, oh, okay. So I was thinking to myself, like, how am I fully gonna like do Pride by myself? Like, because there's Pride WeHo, which is like the main strips, the streets, the clubs, public to everybody. But then there was the festival, which is like you needed a $300 pass to get in. So I was like, fuck, like, what am I gonna do for the entire weekend? But we kind of like evenly perfected it out because of the Airbnb versus the festival because I was so close to them anyway, so they could just pull up, I could leave, all that kind of stuff. So when I got there the first day, that was like probably the most chaotic day for me because I was there from like 5 p.m. to like 4 in the morning. What if no, we literally went to bed at like 6 in the morning the first night, all of us. Like we were all just conversing in the Airbnb. So it was giving fucking like 13-hour days, you guys. Like it was giving a lot. It was a lot.
And then we would wake up early too.
What do you mean?
Like I remember we'd wake up early too. Like we'd fall asleep like at 6 in the morning. We'd wake up like at
Oh yeah. I was probably like the one in the house that like woke up the latest though. I'm always like that.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
well, also like Oscar, like I had a whole room, I had a whole fucking bathroom. I wasn't leaving. Like I was staying in
La
there.
Belado.
No, but also like that's actually like kind of crazy. I feel like we're gonna look back to this weekend and realize like how chaotic and like crazy it
It was
was.
fun
It
though.
was fun. It literally felt like Coachella.
It no, it felt like Oh, and speaking of Coachella, all our Coachella besties
Oh
arrived.
yeah, like we literally invited everybody on the first night. Like we were just telling like all of our friends, all of our mutuals, like pull up, pull up, pull up, and we had a group of like 14 people out with us up
Yeah.
the first day to WeHo.
And who would have thought like our friends from Coachella would have shown up? That
No,
was so
literally.
cute.
Wait,
That
but
was
what was your like logic behind getting the Airbnb?
well, I don't know. It's good. Well, it's first off, like I'm not gonna be driving like 45, like 50 minutes every day for Pride, like this weekend.
He would have, but he wasn't going to.
Yeah, because that what the hell? And I was like, I wasn't gonna be driving. I was like I would have been too exhausted. Plus, I want to like fully enjoy like the weekend. So I was
Yeah,
like, let's just like fuck it, let's go
because Oscar
crazy.
lives in the IE, so every time he comes to WeHo, he like drives like 50 minutes here, stays, and then he'll drive back because Oscar has this whole narrative where he doesn't like to sleep over alone because he thinks that me and Lewis are gonna fuck.
No, it's happened before, and we just
No, it has not
yes,
happened.
literally my first night, I was like waking up to like moans, and I was like, oh, here we
You're
go
so
again. And no,
drama.
I woke up to moans, and my bed deflated, and I was like, wow, here we are.
So what? We were in your bed or what?
No,
Like, what are you
no, the
insinuating?
mattress was just deflated. I was like,
Yeah. Oh,
hello.
well, because my mattress it has like a hole in it or something, so it deflates like slowly. Did you guys wake up deflated this
Yeah,
morning?
we woke up deflated.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Well, if there's one thing about me, my house is not good for hosting. Like, I do not have all the proper necessities. Like yesterday, guys, it was so funny. I fucking like have like 3 ice creams in my fridge, and there was like 8 heads at my house, like all pre gaming and shit. So I had to like go to my fridge sneakily and like get an ice cream and put it in my pocket, and then like go to the bathroom and eat it because I felt bad because I only
Oh,
had one.
you're so
You have
funny.
an ice cream sandwich. It's so real though. But okay, but I feel like when you told me you got the Airbnb, I was thinking like the same vibe. Like I didn't realize like how far we were going to take it. Like it felt like we didn't want to leave. We like it just felt like the night would never start or end because the house was so close, which would make it a thing of like we could stay if we want, fuck it, or we could leave now if we want, fuck it, or we could come back and we could go. Like we like went back and forth multiple times.
Yeah.
Also, like this was like probably like it was like cute though to see everybody like so like joyful. Like usually like I feel like during Pride like I'm a little bit scared just because of all the scary stuff that goes on in the world. Like people like hate the gays or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I felt like really protected. Like I don't know if the cops were all there for us or to like fucking fight the gays, but there were a lot of cops there, like a
No, because
lot.
do you remember when we were pulling up and it was like a whole army truck?
Yeah, no, we pulled
I
up
was
and
like,
there
oh
was
my
like a whole
god.
SWAT team like fucking on a truck, like just going through WeHo, and I'm like, okay, bet.
Was this your first Pride or no?
No, this was my second Pride.
This is my first Pride. It was so
This was
fun.
your first Pride?
Yeah.
When was my last Pride? Yeah, yeah. Last year was fun too. This was just like a different vibe because it was all boys. It was all guys.
I mean, I feel like that's better now.
Yeah, I mean, girls can be gay
It's like
too.
the lesbians right now. They're like, no,
I'm like, wait,
please.
what?
Wait, what?
Wait, I want to talk about my Forever 21 thing a little
Okay,
bit
go
because I
for it.
was a little spooked. But yeah, so I got hit up randomly about that. I was so excited, but they told me that I wasn't able to bring anyone, so I was kind of sad. But I was like, okay, the first day I'll just go meet the team, do whatever I got to do, get my deliverables because I did have to post on Instagram for it. And then I was like, okay, like we'll do that, and then I'll meet up with my friends around 10:30, 11 because Kesha was performing, and I really wanted to watch Kesha, and I wanted to get like a full day of content for a vlog. But I was rushing too much. The clothes I was gonna wear from Forever literally arrived like an hour before I left. So I didn't really have much time to film a whole vlog. And I was like, fuck, like, I'm like, why am I even going if I can't even film? And then I was like, Pablo, shut the fuck up. Like, you're literally so out of touch. And then that's kind of when I was like, okay, like, let me just enjoy, meet people. Like, I kind of like changed the priority of like filming to like just meeting people. And I got to the Forever 21 thing. And immediately when I got there, I was a little bit late, so I was like scared. And like, tell me why like Forever 21, like the verified account on Instagram is DMing me like, where you at? WYA, like you got the buzz, or you got the bud. Like I don't like, it's like
Bring him
fucking,
at
like
my
bring him
booth.
at my booth, like literally like just texting me like we're besties. And I was like, okay. So I get there and it's like the little Forever 21 team, and it was so cute. And they get us drinks, we all talk, we meet. They're like, we love your outfit. One thing about me is that I had a little crop top on. Of course, I had a little baby tee, and my stomach was showing. And I was like, oh my gosh, like my underwear was showing. I was like, wait, this is Forever 21. Like, I can't be like showing out here like this is my OnlyFans. Like, I have to fucking be good, like, you know? So I just put on a jacket. I put my dad's like vintage leather jacket on. And that was like the fucking talk of the day because right when I got there, the CEO of one of the social media teams at Forever, he's so nice. They're all so cool. He was like, you got to take that jacket off. And I was like, why? And he's like, you're covering Forever 21. Like, Like, why would you wear that jacket if you're covering Forever 21? I was like, ooh, like he kind of clocked me right away. He's like, you're here with a brand and you're wearing your dad's vintage leather jacket. Why don't you get sponsored by your dad's vintage leather jacket? I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
Oh,
I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I just had like a little crop top, so I didn't know if I could wear that or not. He's like, oh, we don't care. Like, Forever 21's like Forever 21. Like, you could be you. I was like, okay,
like they're
period.
forever.
No,
They're
literally.
forever
So
21.
I took it off, and then that's when like this little like the person who was filming us and the lighting and everything, they were like, okay, we're just gonna like vlog you guys, film you guys, doing a bunch of stuff. So we were literally being filmed around this festival for like 2.5 hours, just doing so much content for Forever. They posted on all their socials. We were doing so much content for WeHo Pride. We were literally posted on like the Out Loud Pride. It was me and two other girls. Um, and that shit was just like crazy. I feel like just like going around the whole weekend experiencing how fun it was while also being filmed and while also like being there with the brand. Like it was just a super like it was just a vibe, I'm not gonna lie. And then I literally stayed there until like 10:30 when I watched Kesha, and we watched Kesha the entire performance, and then we went out, and that's when they all came back from their Airbnb because they were all pre-gaming. And you guys were hella drunk, no?
Yeah, it was crazy. I think because this is the first night. Obviously, we started making the jungle juice and everything.
Yeah.
So we arrived around like
Oscar loves mixing shit together. What'd you guys mix in that jungle juice?
oh my god, it was crazy.
Really?
It's in my TikTok. I posted a TikTok
Oh
about it.
gosh.
It's literally had like we mixed tequila, vodka. Like it was just
Yeah. No,
crazy.
I knew you guys were drunk when like Drew called me. He's like, "Where you at, honey bunch?" Or like
No,
just like saying stuff like that.
no. 'Cause
Like,
at this point, it was like everybody was like showing up. Like one person would show up, and then another person. And it was like,
yeah.
okay, it's
No,
getting
I know
crazy
it would
now.
always do that. Literally, like you were just inviting everybody there.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? If we're gonna have a cool pregame moment, like, might as well just go crazy, you know?
Yeah, but nobody broke anything, right?
No, it was very like
Like it
it,
was very
it
contained.
was very contained. It was
Yeah,
very
like and when
nice.
we cleaned up
Yeah.
like the final morning, it wasn't even that
No,
bad.
it literally looked like how we walked into. I was like, okay, what the
Oh
heck?
my gosh, yeah, no, it really did.
And then
Um,
we like mix this whole like big jungle juice contraption. And
that's
then
so
we were drinking, but we were also drinking other drinks on the side. So just even put that into like
No, like he
perspective.
literally had a bowl. I remember I walked into a bowl of like red punch that like smelled like fucking battery acid. And it was like all of like the different alcohols you can imagine just combined in there. And they were all just drinking it. But I saw it later on when I got there after WeHo. But when they all showed up to WeHo, they were all so drunk. It was honestly really crazy because I the Kesha event had ended, and then I didn't have any friends there except the people that I went to Forever 21 with, which were so nice. So I kind of stuck by them and met all of their friends and like went through like so many different groups of people like for an hour up until they all showed up because they were all drinking, like kind of taking their time. So like we all like connected even more so like in that group, which like made the group even bigger, which in my behalf, like I feel like if I were with you guys pre-gaming, it would have made me feel a little bit less overstimulated. But since you guys all showed up so randomly, like 10 of you guys, I felt like so overstimulated. I'm like, oh my gosh, these are all my friends all at once that I have to like say hi to all at once. And then Oscar would be like looking at me in the corner, like at WeHo, like at beaches all sad and be like, you just forgot about me.
You did.
Like you just want to talk to your influencer friends. That's fine. Like go talk to your influencer friends.
No, guys, because he literally like kicked me to the floor, and then he was calling me like all these names, and I was
I did
like,
not
dude,
do
like
that.
he literally was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like it's the narrative. Like
No, it's because I was
I'm
like,
already forever, so
I'm with Forever's crazy. Because I literally had been talking to Oscar the whole day, and then like out of nowhere, everyone shows up, like all my friends. So I was like, you guys literally just saw Shadow and I like freak out. Um,
oh my gosh.
he's so cute though. He loves that bed. No, yeah, but like I literally just like was so overstimulated because I felt like I had to like say hi to everybody at once, which like I don't know. I feel like that can be a lot sometimes. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah, that was
Especially like going to wheel with a
oh
smaller group can sometimes be better.
yeah, especially because we it was like actually like 10 of us. It was
Yeah.
because all of our friends from Coachella.
Well, it was you, me, Oscar, Richard.
You, me, Oscar.
There's two Oscars. Oh no. Hey, sorry. You, me, Oscar, Drew, Lewis, Koji, Jade, David,
Brennan.
Brennan, Richard. That's 10.
10 people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, guys, we really pulled out. That was like the vibest thing. But also, like, Wheel's different on Pride because there's so many more people. So I feel like everybody else just does that like collectively because like all the streets are like actively shut down. I feel like a lot of people are really interested in that because like when I was live, people were so interested in just seeing WeHo Pride or like the parade or like even everything. And then I forget that to us it's so normal. And like all the gays in LA were like, oh, fuck WeHo. Like, we hate it. We hate it. But like to the rest of the world, it's like the capital of like just
The
sexual
gays.
liberation or whatever.
Yeah.
But
It was so cool to see like all the like the what's it called?
the
The
what?
floats and everything.
Yeah, because we went to the parade. We went to the parade on Sunday. Oh my gosh, that was like so dead though because we literally I didn't shower. We didn't have enough time because I woke up too late and the Airbnb the next day was shut down or not shut down. Like we had to get out, we had to check out. So I didn't get to shower. So I fully walked into WeHo Pride Parade feeling like I just ran like a mile. Like it was gross and it was humid, but it was fun. It was a vibe. There was a lot of like parades. A lot like Kalani was there and like Patrick Star was there. Hey sir. There was like we learned CPR. Like the gays really are educational in this city.
Yeah.
Like I learned CPR. Apparently, if you go to the beat of "Staying Alive," uh, uh,
I mean,
staying alive,
well, to
staying
CPR,
alive.
and then you guys go like this.
No, but Loki, you guys need to take like the fucking like music class beforehand because all these bitches had no rhythm. I was like, y'all gonna let them die or what?
Probably, honestly.
Like it was spook. But yeah, no. So that was my Friday. We all met up, did all that, stayed out till like 4 or 5 in the morning. There were so many like little bits and dramas, you guys. But like I need to learn how to like stop just exposing everything right after it happens. But yeah,
I think Saturdays when we got a little crazy.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Why Saturday? Oh well, Saturday's when you started drinking earlier.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because I was supposed to go back to Forever on Saturday, but I could not go. I was so disoriented, so drunk, went to bed at 6 a.m. Like the entire day, I was like, fuck, this gonna happen. I had to go home to feed Shadow, and then I fell asleep for like 4 hours. Like, I just felt so bad I didn't go on Saturday. But they were all like pre-game and getting ready. Like, they were all drinking, playing games or whatever. So when I woke up at like 9 p.m., they were like already drunk. It was just like every day just kept like bleeding into the night. Like, it was just like, it just kept going.
Like, we just kept drinking every night. It was a bender, and it was.
No, but I loved it. I like was going live like the whole time. Like, it just felt like content
it was fun
vibes.
too, yeah. And then like how we would stay up like late as fuck.
Yeah.
Like let's be so for real. And then
No,
getting
literally.
into the lucky there was just a lot of people there at WeHo this weekend. It was just felt like the Avengers Assemble.
Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, like when everybody like gathers around, like it's everyone.
Wait, I was about to do like a fucking like a challenge and just like stop talking and see if you would continue to pick up
What
the
the hell?
conversation or not because he's progressively getting quieter and tighter and like
I
not
know I'm like
saying
going to sleep.
anything at all. It's literally just me talking.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's okay.
falling asleep.
Wait, do you feel hungover? Did you say?
Huh?
Did you say you feel hungover?
No,
No?
just a little bit.
I feel hungover. I feel like it's impossible not to wake up in this.
But it's also because
environment.
bitch, we've been drinking like so much every day.
Ew, I don't like that
And
narrative.
then yesterday I was already feeling hungovies.
Yeah, I know, guys. I don't think I'm gonna drink for like a while after this. I have no
Yeah.
reason to drink after this, honestly.
Yeah, we need to go to like a rehabilitation after this weekend, honestly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hopefully it's like sunny. I want to go to a pool or something.
Like another rooftop pool moment.
Yes, I love a rooftop pool moment, you
Oh
guys.
my
Like literally,
gosh.
I feel like that's like my favorite thing to do in LA. Like just like go to a rooftop and like raw upstairs. But I also love to drink like a tequila sunrise while I'm there. So that could be bad. Oh, but I'm getting to my like chubby face era, which is like fine. But like in LA, like after everybody lives here for like 3 years, your face becomes to start your face becomes to start getting bigger because you drink so much alcohol. And I'm like, that's just so whack. Like I can't have that for
Yeah.
me.
No, but I would just remember my skinny face era. But then I started drinking alcoholic, and I was like, wow.
No, I know. I feel like that's something very canon of it growing up is like losing that skinny face era.
Yeah.
Like I need a skinny because now I'm like on FaceApp. Like, oh, speaking of FaceApp and shrinking faces, Oscar doesn't FaceApp his friends. He only FaceApps himself.
Oh, you need to like.
No, it's like true. Like I looked.
It was one picture, and you
was
were like, it was one picture. You had your face covered with your like hand, so I was like, I can't do much here,
It was
unless you want to have like Mr. Long Hands.
good. Give me Mr. Long Hands
what
rather
the
than
hell?
Mr. White Face. I'm kidding.
You'll
No,
extend it out.
But I
You're stretched out. Oh,
I was all stretched out. I think you stressed me out even more. Wait, but that's something like I like never know what to do or not. Like, should we normalize FaceApping our friends as well in pictures without them asking?
Oh my god!
Like I don't know. Like because sometimes like I don't do it all the time, but like there's a lot of times when I'm like, wait, I could fix something here, you know? But then I'm like, if I have a pimple on my cheek that I'm removing, like why wouldn't I remove Oscar's zit on his hip?
On his hip.
On his hip, a big zit right here. Like it's just like so I do it, but then I'm like, wait, like let me like like it's like 10 emojis, 10. It's like if I can fucking give myself a double D with the top of a swipe, I'm gonna do it. Like that's literally like how I feel. So like if I need to like fix something, I'm like maybe I'll fix everyone else. But then people like I feel like they notice, and that's just fucked up. I don't want people to think like they need it, but I'm like, wait, do we all not want to look perfect? I'm confused.
No, but honestly, like sometimes like, it works. But I always do it like with you as particular because you always like yell at me.
Oh,
and you were just like Bilato.
Oh, did you hear that?
But that like that one picture was like whatever.
Oh, but it's just becoming spooky because like as I've been doing more like brand stuff and like photo shoots, like it's hard like for me to want to face up one of my pictures because they post like the original and it's like the most spooky comparison. It's giving like Tana like red carpet before Getty and after face app. Like it's just really spooky.
Wait, we should talk about the fair because that was right after the.
Because we also went to the fair. Oh my gosh, this is all over the place, guys. But
this is all.
I don't know what you guys like. This is literally just a debrief. Like we're so fucked up. Like there's nothing going on up here. We did do so much. It was all this week. I think Wednesday is when it started.
Yeah.
Wednesday you came over. We filmed the podcast. We then decided, let's do something fun. Let's go to the fair. Shout out, do you like pay rent or something? Because like,
Yeah.
look at him, Scooby Scoob. Get up, booby Scooby, booby Scooby. Don't look at his shaved butt.
Shaved butt.
Oh my gosh, wait, this weekend was actually so chaotic because Wednesday you came over, we filmed the podcast. We wanted to do something fun. We decided to go to the fair. We invited Coachella friends. They went. We had the best time at the fair. Got a little bit drunkies. Got home at like 2 a.m. Next day, I had to get Shadow neutered. Literally brought Shadow to the thing at like 8 a.m. Got him neutered. Waited for him all day. Like cried in the parking lot because I was so scared that he was gonna fucking like get hurt from the anesthesia. And I was like so stressed out. Got him, picked him up. Next day, I get the DM from Forever 21. Oscar gets the Airbnb. Like then we go to
Yeah.
fucking WeHo Pride for 3 days. Like it just has been going. But the LA County Fair was really, really
It
fun.
was really
Really
fun.
fun. It really felt like, I don't know, it felt like just like a coming of age movie.
I
Like
think it's also
very,
because again, like I think we were just trying to recreate Coachella again because it was so fun.
yeah, because like those were our Coachella besties, and like we had such a good connection with them. And now we've seen them like 3 times in 1 week, which makes me feel like, because I remember after Coachella, like when we were all like, bye guys, like hugging each other, like crying, being like, we're gonna miss you guys so much. Oscar was like, oh, that's so sad. Like we'll probably never see them again.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. He's like, but bitch, like let's be for real. I was like, wait, you're kind of right.
Because
But
like most
then
of
they
the time,
started like sliding up on our stories and shit. So I was like, no, we're good.
exactly. And then once we got them at the fair, it was so fun. When we had seen them, we were all like really drunky, so we were just like all
Yeah.
on the same level, and we're just like jumping around the fair, like there's little kids running around, and we're just like la la la
La,
la.
la, no, like literally was so fun. But it was fun because it was like we talked, we vibed, we made friends, we took pictures, we got content, we drank, we went on the like on the rides. Like it was just overall like successful. Like
We
I would
finessed
say.
some plushies.
Plushie. No, but it was so funny though because so literally I didn't know this is so funny. The fair is in IE or close to IE, which is where Oscar lives. I don't know why I thought it's LA County Fair, so I assumed it was in LA. So Oscar's like, I'm gonna drive. I'm like, okay. We go there the whole night, whatever. I'm drunkies, like off like everything, like tired as fuck. Like I get in Oscar's car, I'm like ready to go home. And then Oscar's just sitting in silence for like 2 minutes. And I'm like,
you're
and I'm
so
like,
funny.
what? And he's like, I'm not bringing you home.
I did not say it like
And I was
that.
like, what?
I did not
And he's
say
like,
it like that.
did you think I was bringing you home?
Oh my god.
Because I'm not bringing you home.
I did not say it like
I live
that.
5 minutes from here, so you can get an Uber or you can walk. And I was like, holy
I did
fuck.
not say it like
And
that.
I was like, why? And he's like, because we're right next to my house. I was like, wait, I had no idea I would have brought my car. Like, what?
No, I said, I was like, wait, Loki? This is exactly what I said. Wait, like, I said, wait, Loki? I'm like 5 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
And then you were like, so. And I was like,
Yeah. And he's like, so I'm going to pull in this McDonald's and you're going to get an Uber. I was like, okay. No, but it was fine. It was like literally fine. But that was fun. Yeah, I like the fair. I feel like normalize like things in LA that are kind of touristy, but you make it fun. Like like LA County Fair can be cheesy, tacky, but it's like the idea of it is like that. But like we made it like really fun. I feel like even Pride can be like tacky or whatever. Not gonna lie, like everybody at Pride was like so messy this weekend. Like everybody was like so drunkies and like touchy and like weird. I feel like
like I think like Pride Month is just gonna be like amplified.
Do you think it's still gonna go on after this weekend?
Babe, it's gonna be the whole month.
But this was Pride week.
Oh well, obviously this weekend we're sure it's gonna be busier because it's like WeHo Pride.
Yeah, like they're not gonna like shut down the streets and stuff. For,
probably not. But like this whole month is gonna be like,
oh gosh, don't get too excited.
What the hell?
Don't get too excited.
Wyoming?
No, yeah, you're so weird. We just can't stop saying that. Yeah, no, and then that was the LA County Fair. Next day, I got Shadow neutered because he's been peeing all over my stuff, which is getting me like so annoyed. And I really wanted to be that good guy, not good guy, but I really wanted to like let Shadow have kids one day. I was like, he's so cute, he's a baby, but like one day when he's older, like he deserves to have kids, he deserves to have a little girlfriend, yada yada. So I didn't get him neutered. But then the boy starts jumping all over the place at 3 in the morning because he's like a little kid with like so much energy. He's peeing all over the place because he like wants to mark his territory because he's not been neutered. So I lost the literal time that I lost my shit is like a week ago. I was sleeping and it's like 5 in the morning and I feel Shadow go next to me. I'm like, oh, booby Scooby, he's so cute, like cuddling with me. And he pees like on my face, essentially, like pees on the pillow, like that I'm sleeping on. And I just feel all this wet shit and I lost it. Literally scheduled an appointment for neutering at 5 in the morning, like could not go back to sleep. That's why I have so many pillows and shit outside because like I just wanted to get rid of everything and like restart. And then so I got him neutered and I was like so scared. But then I'm like, wait, like let's be so for real. Like I'm not gonna fucking house like a fat woman cat ever. Like when am I gonna have like this big ass lady cat like in my fucking living room? Yeah, like what the fuck? Like I literally thought that's what I was gonna do. Like that was my calling. Like hell fucking no, that bitch gonna smell. Like no thank you. So Shadow got neutered and I'm sad. If anything, like he'll just have besties and friends. And yeah, hopefully, but or maybe he can get a surrogacy like Kim Kardashian did.
Hopefully, honestly, like give her like a BBL or something.
BBL is crazy.
BBL.
Yes, Oscar really wants a BBL. He keeps talking about it.
I do. Honestly, I feel like I should enter my BBL era.
Like there was a
Honestly,
girl like with a Brazilian BBL butt lift that was like so incomparable to all of us.
like imagine me
And
like
then
a
Oscar's like, imagine if I had that. Like, imagine if I looked like that.
yeah, like after seeing like SZA's BBL, like she's so comfortable for that. Honestly,
Oscar wants to be a girl. That's so funny.
Because-
No, literally. Um, yeah. Oh my gosh, I learned so much about like the trans community this weekend, and so much about like the dolls,
yes, we
and so
actually
much about everything.
let's get informed about this actually.
Yeah, because I was like, so like when I went to Forever, I went with these two girls and they're trans and they are beautiful. They ate down, but they taught me so many like new terms and like after the event and like throughout the event and everything, like I was meeting a lot of their friends and also a lot of their fans that were trans. So like I've always been around the LGBTQ plus IA community. But I've never been like around like the trans community that much because I don't have them many trans friends, so I was like hanging out with them the whole time and I love their energy. Like just love like how open and expressive and confident they are. Like there's something so and they were telling me that they're like femme queens, which means they're so overly extravagantly confident in themselves and have feminine features like the big lips and the big tits and the big ass. And they're just so like I don't know what the right words that they were giving me, but like femme queen, like they were like Nicki Minaj, like she's not trans, but she's a femme queen. Like femme queen doesn't have to be trans. They can just be like a feminine, confident, iconic queen that like uses herself to her advantage.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Like to that vibe. I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. And then I was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then guys, we literally like she was like, oh, like I want to go to a ball. And I was like, what's a ball? And then she's like, oh, it's basically like a drag show where like everybody competes in different categories for money. And I'm like, oh, what are the categories? She's like, one of them is face. So like a bunch of people will go on the runway and like serve face, and then like people will have to beat each other and judges will kick each other off. And then there's like body, and then there's runway, like you're walking, like there's a bunch of, or like dancing, like all these different ones. So I was like, oh my gosh, like T, let's go. So we literally leave the festival to go to Heart. And at this point, I'm so drunk because I didn't eat anything all day. That's when I was rushing, waiting for my clothes. I literally could not get ready for. I didn't eat anything, so I was like drinking on the job with Forever 21, getting drunk as fuck. And at this point, we had already got all of our content, so we were doing our own thing. So one of the girls, she's like, "Oh, like let's go to Heart and let's go to the ball." I'm like, "Okay." We get there and there's a long ass line. And I'm like, how like we're gonna wait this whole line. And then we forgot that we're with Forever 21. So we were able to literally skip all the lines. So we went to the front. We're like, hi, we're with Forever. They let us cut in front of everyone. I felt bad because I'm like, why the fuck am I getting it to cut in front of like literally hundreds of people? Like that doesn't seem right, but I'll
Yeah.
take the privilege. So we went in. Immediately I felt like disgusting, like I was gonna black out, to the fact where I bought 2 pieces of pizza in Heart. Like imagine that. There's never food in Heart. There's never food in like a club or anything. And I fully bought 2 pieces of pizza for like $18. Ate it like in the corner before I could like continue to like to do my narrative. And then we like watched ball, we watched like a bunch of competitions and stuff. And then this is when I went to the bathroom with everybody and somebody called me a trade. They were like, "Oh, you're a cute trade. Like, you want to be my trade?" Yada yada. And I was like,
I've been
"Oh,
hearing trade thrown around too
I
much this
know." And then he's
weekend.
like, "You're my trade." Blah blah blah. And then his friend was like jealous that he was talking to me, or he wasn't even talking to me. He was just like yelling at me. And then his friend was like started arguing with him, and he's like, "Hey, stop arguing with me. I'm trying to get with this trade. I'm trying to get with this trade." And then I was like, "Ooh ooh," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I walked out, and I was like, not me being called a trade." And then they're like, "Oh, you are not a trade. You're a butch queen." And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
And they're like, "You're a
bitch.
butch queen." I was like, "What is that?" And then they're like, "Oh, it's basically like you're just like a gay boy or a bisexual boy that's a little bit more feminine, but you still have your masculine like sexual qualities, if that makes sense." I was like, "Oh, okay," because I was wearing like a pride shirt, and they're like, "Yeah, like trade wouldn't wear that shirt. Like a butch queen would wear that shirt." You know what I mean?
Oh, what the?
Yeah, so it's like different. So I guess like we would be butch queens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or you might just be a twunk or twink
What the hell?
because they were saying like I like if you're like if you're a bottom, then you wouldn't be as much of a butch. But then
Bro,
Brendan
I'm
called
not.
himself a butch queen, so I'm like,
Who's a
wait,
bottom?
oh, sorry, sorry, did I expose it?
I'm not. I'm not a bottom.
What?
I'm a.
Guys,
I think everyone's like right now.
I
Give the
look
tea.
like a fuck, like I look like that witch from Cinderella, like with that big no. I'm like sitting in the corner with this like hoodie on, like just talking
You're
like all this
just
shit, like bottoming. Like I look like the witch of Cinderella. I'm
You
so
are the
sorry.
witch.
You are the witch. You are a bitch. You are a snitch. Like damn. Okay.
They're like
Um,
that. We got the jungle juice, and you were like, I'm gonna mix this around.
Oh
And I was
yeah,
like,
no,
oh
yeah.
no.
Because when I walked in, it was like a fucking like a potion. I don't know what was going on. Anyways, yeah, it was so much fun with them. They were so amazing. They're friends with so many like other iconic like trans icons, and I got to meet them all. And then at the end, what was so cool, which I feel like not we don't talk about enough, is like literally like I had the best time with them, have no idea who they were essentially. And then at the end of it, I found out that they have like 5 million followers. I'm like, you guys are iconic. Like, I love meeting people and just having no idea who we all are, and just like
Yeah.
meeting each other because we're having fun. And after, like, wait, you're like really famous and iconic. Wait, that's like so cool. And like, you're
Especially
so
like
sweet.
uncoincidentally like meeting people.
Yeah, no, like literally, their names were Zaya and Riri. Like they're iconic on TikTok. You guys probably know who they are if you're part of the LGBTQ plus I community. But they were so sweet, so nice, and we literally had the best time ever. But I couldn't. Did they say 5?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So we have a little bit of
Yeah,
time.
we have a couple. Wait, guys, 1 second. We just got a notification. 1 second. Sorry, we had to come back because our thing was gonna die. But yeah, it was so much fun. Love that. Love meeting new people when you don't know who they are. And then because you guys know we've been having some weird influencer stories recently
Yeah.
where people can be weird. Oh my gosh, should we talk about that whole narrative that happened?
Which one?
Oh gosh, things are getting a little bit
Which
spooky,
one?
but let's do it for the drama. So do you guys remember like 2 weeks ago when we told you guys about that story about the influencer that hit our friend at WeHo, and we were like, what the heck, like why'd they do that? And then there were a couple like
Oh,
of
we're
other
getting
like
there.
complacent influencers like sitting around, and we were like, oh shit, like does that mean they're mean? Does that mean they're nice? Yada yada. We didn't know. We never really followed up. We didn't really care. We talked about it on the podcast. But then one of somebody that I had met throughout the day that I was like kind of getting close with or whatever. You didn't meet them, but like somebody that I was hanging out with, I was hanging out with them when we met up with Oscar and all of them at like 10:30, and they were friends with one of those influencers. So when I was waiting for all of them to get here and I was hanging out with another group of people, we all met up and we're like, yay, yay, yay. And then I hear somebody in the corner being like, oh, this person's coming right now. And I was like, oh gosh, like I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, well, my friend that got hit isn't here, so maybe he won't feel as triggered about it. But it also wasn't the person who directly hit him, but it was one of the influencers that was kind of complacent, one of his friends. So we're like, oh shit, like, okay, we'll see what happens. I was more so like, I'll see what happens. Then I see that like when we're all together and I'm talking to this influencer because they apologized to me and they kind of were just like, I have no idea what happened. Let's move on. I was like, yeah, me neither. When I was talking to them at one point, like I see Oscar like staring at me in the corner, like, and then I see Jade in the corner, like, and everyone's like staring at me like giving me the dirtiest looks as if I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm like, what? And then they're like, I thought we had beef with them. And I was like, well, they're an op, but like we don't have beef. And then I was like, and then I kind of like moved on from it. But like I also like barely even talked to this person. I talked to this person for like 5 minutes. But it was like tea though, because they knew that like we were part of the friend group. And I remember them even saying it to somebody else. They're like, why are we with them right now? Like it's still giving that kind of energy. But they were nice. And if at least you could fake it so you could make it. But yeah, it was interesting because like it's like that's why I get scared to talk about shit, you guys, because I don't actually have beef with anyone. I have beef with 2 people actually, and I hate y'all, and I hope death upon y'all. No, I'm kidding. I am kidding. No, I'm kidding.
What the
I hope
hell?
like really. I don't want to say anything bad because that's karma. So I guess I don't wish too bad, but I just hope that like you never find your true calling in life. I'll say that. Okay.
Oh shit, bro!
You're
Like
so
what
funny.
the
Fuck.
fuck?
But like I hate talking about some stuff sometimes because people watch, listen, send, share, and like I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to get beef with people because it's like just because I talk about something on the podcast doesn't mean I necessarily hate you.
Exactly.
Vibes. It just means we're telling what happens as it goes on.
Hey, can we like normalize speaking our truth?
I know I hate the whole idea of like cloud chaser. Like no,
No,
like
this
you're
is
not a
just life experiences, and if you don't like it,
who
then
called somebody a cloud chaser this weekend? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Guys, literally, okay, so that happened, whatever. On the last night at the Airbnb, which was on Saturday,
oh my god,
we
wow.
were all really drunk having an after party at our house type vibe. There's also so much. Okay, we'll talk about
That's gonna get really
this is
good.
just we have 5%, so we'll talk about these 2 things and then we'll close it off.
Yeah.
But so we were the last day at the Airbnb, all super drunk after WeHo after party vibes. We were drinking, vibing, talking. Out of nowhere, this one boy just randomly gets up. Like he's not my friend, really. He's one of my boyfriend's friend. So it's really not like all close or whatever. But he's nice and we had a good time with him. But like randomly, he stands up at like 4 a.m. and just looks at all of us and he goes, "What's the difference between a content creator and an influencer?" And then we all kind of just start giving our 2 cents. Everybody has their own little advice on what to say. And then I'm like, yeah, like I think the difference is this and that. And he goes, oh, okay. Because Pablo, you're definitely not an influencer. And I was like, wait, what? Like, where did that come from? And he's like, because I feel like people throw around the thing influencer too much, but Pablo, babe's like, you're not an influencer. Like, you're a content creator. And I was like, I see where you're coming from because I definitely don't consider myself like an influencer, but like, I do have some validity that I do influence because I can sell. I do a lot of things with brands, yada yada. And he's like, what do you sell? Like, what do you influence? I was like, babes, I literally sell thousands of necklaces. Like, that is influence right there alone. And then he's like, yeah, but that's not you influencing. That's just your, like, that's you being a business. Like, that's just your, like, you're like, and I'm like, that's literally the smarter way of influencing is having your own business so that you don't only have to rely on your face, your likability, and your personality to get paid. You can do other stuff while also getting paid. And then he just started kind of like clocking me, just saying like, you're not an influencer, you don't influence me, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait, what? And then he has the audacity to, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry, I love you, but like this was really funny. He has the audacity because he works at a retail store, and he works at retail store like putting clothes up on racks and stuff, or like, you know, choosing clothes. He works at a retail store like brooming the floor.
Okay, bitch. Oh my god.
He works, oh my gosh, was that out of touch?
Go.
Okay, bitch. Sorry. So he works there, and like he was like, he's like me, like I'm an influencer. Like I consider myself an influencer because I put the clothes up on the racks and people buy clothes. And I was like, well, yeah, like that, you definitely are influencing something, babes, but I don't think you're like an influencer. And then he was like, oh, really? And then my other friend who was there, he's like, wait. What I'm not gonna allow is somebody who's insecure to degrade and like, what is it? He's like, I'm not gonna allow somebody who's insecure to degrade ability that he's an influencer or everything like he's accomplished, because I hate that narrative where everybody like hates on influencers or content creators because they're insecure and they're jealous because everybody wants to be doing it. First of all, not everybody wants to be doing it. This is not, like nobody. It's not something like that at all. But that's what he said, and I think he was trying to like hype me up or whatever. And then the guy was like, "You're right. I feel like I learned a lot, guys. Thank you. I feel like I learned a lot. I'm gonna go home." And like just gets up and like leaves. Like just does like an Irish exit. And we're all like, okay, but we saw him the next day and everything was fine. But I was like, does he not remember that he literally like came for my neck? He was like, it came out of nowhere. He's like, you're not an influencer, you're not a content creator, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm literally just making necklaces. Like,
no, guys, it was so funny because at this point, like right as it was starting, I was falling asleep. Like there was a rotisserie chicken right in front of my face, and I was like knocked out.
No,
like,
literally, yeah. Like it was spooky. That boy who also called me out was the boy who brought the rotisserie chicken to the function. He bought a rotisserie bag of chicken and no alcohol. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. He's so nice. I'm kidding. It was just really funny. Like you really dragged it.
No, that I was in my room. I hear,
like, no, but it was funny because as this conversation was going on.
Oh my god! Wait, I need to talk about something real quick.
Okay, wait, but let me say something. Sorry. As this conversation was going on, Drew's right next to me, dozing off. Lewis, Oscar gets up and just walks up. Like everybody left me to fend for this conversation by myself to the point where it's just me, Oscar. Okay, guys, it just turned off. It's about to die. But we were saying, like, literally everybody just left me to fend for myself, and it's everybody that I just met. So here I am, like, so thank God, Richard, for defending me. Like that, it was just really funny. Okay, what were you gonna say then?
Okay, so there was this one person, but we were at the clubs outside. Well, we had finished the clubs already, and we were sitting outside. There was this guy who joined us out of nowhere because we were already in a group, and then this random ass guy joined the group. No, I don't know where he came from. It was very funny. I don't really care. I didn't mind it. I was just there for the narrative. And then I could start to see everyone's vibe start changing and then start looking at this person. I was like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. I see what the vibe is.
Because there's always that one person that like tags along and then you're like, what do we do here? Like we only have enough for 4 people in the Uber.
No, exactly. And then at this point, it's like, okay, like at some point we didn't want to bring too many people back to the Airbnb. We didn't want to do anything too crazy just because like we already had a lot of people. Like, and it's also, we're not going to invite anyone to the Airbnb that we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so it just got a little very chaotic.
So I remember like as we were all ordering our Ubers, like this boy that like was clinging on to us for the night, like had a $5 bill and he was just like right behind me and he's like, I have a $5 bill. I'm like, okay, buy a hot dog. Like leave me alone. Like I don't know why you're telling me that.
No, then it was like progressively, like he started telling me and like all these things about like drama, and I was like, wait, I'm like respectfully, I'm like blacked out, like I don't care.
And then everybody there had their like own path. That's what I'm saying. No, it's like for me, it's like I know I'm a WeHo, but like I'm not as connected to the point where like I feel like every time somebody just leeches onto one of us or like hangs out with all of us, I can tell it's weird, but I don't know that much. Yeah. But then after everyone's like, oh, I hooked up with him. I had drama with him. I had this with him. I was like, wait, what? We all knew this? Because I remember afterwards, like 2 people more than the one person I already knew were all like, I know him. He's weird. I'm like, wait, I feel like everybody just knows each other. And that's what scares me. Because it's like, for example, like when you were saying hi to somebody yesterday at WeHo, it's like, I'm like, oh, I know them from something different that you know them from, and I'm not gonna say them. I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like we both know them for different reasons, and I'm gonna not say hi to them, but you are gonna say hi to them. Like it's just like, but if we all get together, it's like people could have beef, and we're just all hanging out. Like it's just so much like. But yeah,
so many connections.
No, yeah, because the last thing I wanted to say though before,
wait, I haven't even finished it.
You literally said it.
No, because okay, listen.
Oh, you're gonna talk about that?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Mean Girls.
We have to separate the Ubers because at this point it was like 8 of us. So
I was not
there's
there.
8 of us. We can only do 4 in each. So Pablo gets his Uber. We get our Uber. At this point, Pablo had already left. He's already on the way to the Airbnb. It was me, other Oscar, and like two other friends. And there was that guy, and we were dropping hints all night, being like, "Oh, like there's only 4," and he was like, "Oh, like I can probably just fit in the trunk." And then we were like, "That's not gonna happen.
The Uber's not gonna let that happen."
And then at this point, like the Uber arrives, and then everyone's like starts running towards the Uber. Here am I, just like stuck in the middle of the road because like all these cars started coming out of nowhere. And then I was like, "No, please don't leave me." And then the guy starts chasing after me. He's like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "No, please." And then everyone gets into the Uber. And I try going to the backseat and it's already full in there. I was like, "No, please, I'm gonna fend for myself." I jump into the front.
That was smart.
And then I literally was like, "Please just," and then I start yelling at the Uber, "Please go, please." And he's like, "Okay, okay." And then the guy, as we're driving away, he's like, "So where am I gonna sit?" He's like, "I guess I'll just sit in the back." But it's like, babe, if we're telling you, we're dropping hints, we're telling you, no, you can't fit in the Uber. We're literally telling you.
Wait,
you
did
can't
he ever
fit
say
in the
anything
Uber.
to you?
And like you can't be in the Uber. I'm like, babe, we did try telling you that you didn't fit in the Uber. Like,
yeah,
babe. And
I think they were trying to be nice about it, but then once you started dragging it, it became a little mean girly where they're like, "Hee, let's go, hee, bye." Like it was like I was like,
but it's also because like, babe, if you're not listening to what we're trying to tell you,
it's really important, guys. If you go to WeHo by yourself, I've done it before. Do not be one of those. Do not be weird. Do not follow people around. Do not do that. You know, if people invite you, if people get you drinks, like have that vibe, but don't be that one that just follows a group around. Like you're the only one that nobody really knows. Don't be that person because it just feels really hard to either have to be the one to let you go or to be let go. Yeah. You know, and like even yesterday, like I was meeting a couple followers, which I love. It's so much fun, but some of them were like coming with us and hanging out, which was so fun. We had so much fun, but then by the end of the night, I was like, "Fuck, wait, like we don't have enough room in the Uber, like." Are they good? Are they drunk? Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to make sure, and I had to like make sure everybody got home separately, which is like a lot. So make sure to always like have people and be safe because I feel like it's easy to like just like latch onto a group and then like they all like it seems like they all want to be your friend, but then when everyone has to go home, it's like okay, bye, and it gets a little awkward. Yeah, and like that's exactly what happened. And then they all like came back to the Airbnb like, "You guys, we just left this boy. We made him cry. We called him a loser. We kicked him to the curb and like called him worthless." Like I was like, "Y'all are mean girls." No, and like,
no. It was also like we were struggling throughout the night, so we had to do something.
No, I get it. You guys had to pick.
We had to choose ourselves for once. No, we did.
You did have to choose ourselves, and that's why after this weekend we will be choosing ourselves and not going to WeHo. This was really WeHo recap vibe, weekend recap vibe. But we're gonna get back onto like the peak in the pits and the narratives and the pop cultures and all of that. But do you think we're gonna do that right now?
Oh my no, we just woke up and we're hungover, so
I'm like hungry. We haven't eaten anything. No, yeah, guys, this is it. But yeah, one thing I wanted to say, guys, is that we literally on Saturday there's like this group of influencers that we're all kind of relatively close with, like through mutuals or whatever, and they wanted to hang out with us after, and they wanted to like have an after party moment with us, but we all decided collectively not to do it because the influencer vibes are like very spooky and everyone's just like so mean. And one of them, do you guys remember that story about when I wanted to go into the Hollywood Hills mansion party and then I was about to get in with another boy who told me to go in with him, and then right when he got in, he told the security guard he had no idea who I was, so the security guard kicks me out right in front of Tana Mojo and Bryce Hall, and it was mortifying. Like literally that influencer was the one who asked to hang out afterwards. We all collectively decided not to do it. So overall message, guys, just because people have followers doesn't mean you have to hang out with them. And also, if people give off a bad vibe, don't settle. Don't hang out with them because we had a good night by ourselves and it was fun.
And if you aren't invited, then don't assume that you're invited.
Oh my, Oscar and Richard kept saying that the entire weekend. Wait, this was really chaotic, guys. WeHo was like high school this weekend and the drama was happening, and we'll probably talk more about it next time. But right now, I need to get the fuck off before I
name drop.
Name drop. Boom. We'll do name drops. All right, guys. Bye. Thank you for watching. Oh my gosh, my ass is out. Oh, it's still out. Oh my god. This is not obvious. It's not obvious. Why are my pants so fucking high?